Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do.
Who leaves Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes E. Gutenberg a czar? We do. We do. Who robs Kingfish of their sight?
Who rigged every Oscar night?
We do. We do.
Hello everyone, it's me, Rizo2612, and geez, it's been a while since I last did a fan commentary on Disney vs. Marvel Villains War, and I'm here obviously today to do a fan commentary on Disney vs. Marvel Villains War Round 4, and before I begin, I wanted to let you know, GA Villain, that I planned out the official very first voice acting scene that is going to be taking place for the Free-For-All Heroes vs. Villains War Tournament Round 5 prologue. And I needed to, and I want to ask you, is there a way how I could be able to send you the lines of the characters that I need you to voice for me? Because I'm not going to start doing the work on Round 5 until I get your audition of the characters that I need. So yeah, post a comment down below to tell me how would I be able to be in touch with you or something like that, or send you the lines or something like that. So yeah, anyway, let's just start out this commentary, and here we go. Here we go. The first fight of the round is Dr. Octopus versus Dr. Savarius. Not a lot to say here, but I do like the idea of the Dr. Octopus from, like, how you use Dr. Octopus from Spectacular Spider-Man, and I like the idea of how you featured the Vulture, and I am mostly familiar with the Vulture and Dr. Octopus from Spectacular Spider-Man. And I know for a fact that the Vulture is voiced by the same actor that did the voice of Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street and did the Riddler in The Batman. As for Dr. Savarius, I think I'm familiar a bit with him. I know for a fact that he's voiced by Tim Curry, and he is from Disney's Gargoyles, which I'm not that 100% familiar with. Anyway, next we have Gaston versus Madame Mask, who I think is one of the most underrated Marvel villains I ever seen, Madame Mask, and I doubt she will ever appear in a Marvel cinematic movie or TV spin-off series anytime soon. Pretty interesting fight here, and yeah, like how she goes to Dr. Facilier for power, and then she goes in her new powerful form to take on Gaston for revenge for insulting her and such. I don't know if that was a visual effect or not, but that was good editing right here. Although the red color filter was making Gaston's footage a lot darker, but spilled milk. Next is Xanatos versus the Green Goblin. Pretty good matchup in my opinion. And yeah, basically it's about Xanatos is planning to buy Osborn Enterprises, or Oscorp. Yeah, Oscorp. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember the name of the company because it's been a while since I last seen Spectacular Spider-Man. And plus, I'm nearly finishing watching the second season of the show. And yeah. And on a side note, the Green Goblin is one of my all-time favorite Marvel Comics villains, besides Wilson Fisk / Kingpin, Dr. Octopus, Tombstone, Thanos, and Loki, and even Amora the Enchantress as well. So yeah. Oh, and even Mysterio, because he's my all-time favorite member of the Sinister Six. I could honestly imagine Iron Man fighting against Xanatos because they both are like businessmen and they wear like suits of armor, that kind of thing. Don't you honestly think that's something that they have in common, J Villain? Yeah. Anyway, next is Judge Claude Frollo versus Venom. And we see Dr. Facilier again, but this time he warns Frollo of an uprising possible threat to him known as Venom. Funny fact is, before I did this commentary, I was away on a camping trip and I've seen the three-part episode that introduced Venom in Spider-Man the Animated Series, and I think it was a good way to introduce him, and alongside Shocker and Rhino. And I like Shocker as well, by the way, and I'm also fond of him as well in Spider-Man the Animated Series more than Spectacular Spider-Man version of him because of Jim Cummings is awesome as Shocker, and yeah. And I like the idea of how you had Judge Claude Frollo hire Quasimodo to use the bells of Notre Dame to defeat Venom and like that kind of thing and weaken the symbiote. Anyway, here's the last fight to the round, Jafar versus Magneto. Which, I'll be honest, the editing here is just wow, amazing. I like how it takes place in the church, and I like how Jafar is attempting to outsmart Magneto, but Magneto is twice powerful than Jafar, as Jafar can imagine. So yeah, and I like how Maleficent and Hades are watching the whole fight, and Hades decides to transform Jafar into a genie, but Jafar doesn't know that Hades is just making him lose in the fight because Magneto gets the ability to knock the lamp into the lava pits, which appeared out of nowhere. So yeah, but oh well. Sad to see Jafar go, but oh well. And here's a pretty good epilogue scene that I really like, with Hades, Maleficent, Avalanche, and Captain Hook. Because it's kind of like they're all in the same scene together. And the way how I see Avalanche in this series, he's kind of like an animated, like Marvel's version of Riku for this series. So, yeah. I'm assuming that you're trying to do good lip syncing in this scene, Jay. I think it's well done. Anyway, moving on, we have Dr. Octopus teaming up with Kraven the Hunter. Like this soundbite conversation, and Anton Savarius teams up with Demona and revealed to her that he had faked his death over the hands of Dr. Octopus. Pretty interesting epilogue scene, and I like the use of that music track from Hunchback of Notre Dame to fit well here. And here's the start to the Sinister Six, with Dr. Octopus gathering Vulture, Electro, and even Kraven the Hunter. And I like the idea of how you had Kraven turn into the Spectacular Spider-Man version of himself, and Electro becoming the Spectacular Spider-Man version of himself as well, and Vulture make him look younger by you using footage of him from Spider-Man the Animated Series. Anyway, next, Jafar wants Hades to revive him, but because of the little rivalry for leadership, Hades just leaves him to rot in the underworld. Elsewhere, the Mandarin is out for looking for rings. But he's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog, trying to find all the rings. Which I'm assuming that's something that some of the characters have in common. Like this, for example, Mandarin and Sonic, they collect different kinds of rings and all that stuff. Anyway, and yep, Norman Osborn revealed to have faked his defeats, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, sorry if this commentary was just like a bit short and a bit like rushed or something, because I decided to just work on this fan commentary for round 4 right away before I start getting myself prepared for college soon and all that stuff, because I got college coming up again in September, so I have to get a lot of things sorted. But before I go to before I head back to college, I'm gonna try and do the fan commentary for Disney vs. Marvel Villains War Round 5. And once again, Jay Villain, if you know a way how I would be able to send you the lines that I need you to do an audition for me for a prologue scene for round 5 and the Free For All Heroes vs. Villains War tournament, let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, this has been Rizo2612, and have a fantastic day.